I think it's time we move on to the next track here on Rubber Soul. Bouncing back, we're listening to Think For Yourself, of course, off of their album. It's the 5th track on the album here. And I'm not even going to roll the intro. We're just going to roll the song. How about that? Let's just get directly into it. We'll talk about it a little bit after. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Here we go.
You want to do. Think for yourself, 'cause I will be there with you. Buy all the things that you should.
Okay, Think For Yourself. Man, I feel like every single song from the Beatles we listen to could be like its own little dissertation in just a short amount of time. 2 minutes and 18 seconds long. To me, this is a lesson in dynamics and expectations, and in a way define those expectations. So, for example, listening to their harmonies during the verse, I like how when the harmonies come in from the rest of the band, they don't stop where you would expect them to stop in a typical fashion on the beat. They just keep on carrying on, and like a run-on sentence, they just like keep going until it reaches the chorus. Like, I think that that's a small but a kind of, like subtle sensational detail in the music to do that, because it just kind of, I don't know, like the first time at least that I hear it, I'm like, oh, they're still going. And it kind of throws you off. It's like, wait, where's the band going with this? It's like when you walk up to a door and it says push and you pull it and you have that little moment where your brain like fuzzles out. Fuzzles, that's not a word. Yeah, that fizzes out. You got static coming out. It's like that. It like leaves you like, oh, leaves you open for melodic attack from the Beatles. Then I love Ringo on this track. In the chorus, he brings in these unexpected fills at unexpected times. And it is a small thing. The snare coming in at a different offbeat during the chorus, or a couple rolls at certain moments. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy. But because it's an unexpected and kind of unconventional moment in the music, it's like, oh, another one of those little short circuits in your mind. You're like, oh, what's he doing? And he uses that in certain moments before transitioning back to the verse to act as this sort of pull back of momentum, and yet using that inertia to pull forward into the verse as it moves back into it. And obviously the verse and the chorus have completely different tempos, obviously chorus double time. And that's just a really cool way of playing with these dynamics in the rhythm. Like, I think that obviously the music is good, but that's like what I was kind of keyed into. I just really enjoyed how they're kind of, to me, playing with those expectations and, to me, defying them. Or at least, maybe not defying them, that's too strong, stretching them out. You know, they're just stretching them out a little bit. Let's look at these lyrics here real quick. I've got a word or two to say about the things that you do. You're telling all those lies about the good things that we can have if we close our eyes. That's a deep line right there. If you're ignorant and you just close your eyes, oh, all the good things we can have. No. You got to open your eyes, open your mind, as he says. Think for yourself. Do what you want to do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, because I won't be there with you. Like, don't rely on me. Think for yourself. Make your own decisions. Go where you're going. I left you far behind the ruins of the life that you have in mind, and though you still can't see, I know your mind's made up. You're going to cause more misery. Although your mind's opaque, try thinking more, if just for your own sake. The future still looks good, and you've got time to rectify all the things you should. Do what you want to do. He repeats that at the end. Like, I mean, that's what it all comes down to. Do what you want to do. Think for yourself. Make your own decisions. Don't allow yourself to be overly influenced by your surroundings, the people around you. It's always good to listen, but at the end of the day, you have to think for yourself. Looking at this track, man, every single track has like just an absolute essay here. It's incredible. Written by George Harrison. Says, marking the start of his emergence as a songwriter besides Lennon and McCartney. The song's lyrics advocate independent thinking and reflect the Beatles' move towards more sophisticated concepts at this stage in their career. It says they recorded this November 1965, towards the end of the sessions for this album. In a departure from convention, the track includes 2 bass guitar parts. I didn't even notice. One standard, one played through a fuzz box. Let's see, the fuzz serves as the lead guitar line throughout the song and marked the first time that a bass guitar has been recorded using a fuzzbox device, as opposed to manipulating equipment to achieve that sound. See, I didn't even think about that. I just thought that was guitar. That is really cool. The group overdubbed their harmony vocals during a lighthearted session that was also intended to provide material for their 1965 fan club Christmas disc. I bet there's at least 2 of you out there that have that disc. And of course, there's a lot of information here on the background and the inspiration. Harrison says he said his intention was to target narrow-minded thinking and identified the British government as a possible source. The song reflects the influence of Dylan, with whom the Beatles had spent time socializing with in May '65 and then in August. Just as their songs had encouraged Dylan to embrace rock music, Dylan's work inspired the Beatles, particularly Harrison, as a nascent songwriter, to address more sophisticated concepts than the standard love song.
Nascent.
Just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. Listen, I'm not afraid to learn here live with you guys. No. If I don't know something, I'm going to look it up. Otherwise, how are you going to learn? Let's see. Some more information here. I'm not going to read it all. Anyways, I read the stuff I was interested in. I don't want to sit here and just read a book to you. I was trying to think of a transition, but I ain't got it. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Follow me over on Twitter. Support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye. I'm not reading the whole thing.